Out of our new series, Snore Wars, an estimated 90 million Americans snore, and their partners lose 1 hour of sleep every night on average because of it. ABC's Paula Ferris, she knows about this all too well. John,
Listen, I know I'm going to take some heat for throwing my husband under the bus, honey. You know I love you. Doing this series has opened my eyes and ears, so to speak, to the serious effects that snoring can have on both the snorer and the snoree, I guess. My husband and I have been together 20 years, and I think I've finally realized one of the reasons why I have been so cranky all these years: second-hand snorer syndrome. It is real, and you may be suffering from it as well.
It's a challenge some nights.
Make sure I'm really good underneath the blankets.
It's like an obnoxiously loud train that's constant and loud.
3 couples, 3 different cities, one common denominator.
We've been married 47 years, and I've probably been snoring most of the time.
Actually, make that 4 couples.
Unequivocally, you snore.
Right, honey? In fact, some studies suggest that snoring gets in the way of marriages, so much so that 1 in 6 couples sleep in separate rooms.
Sometimes they got kicked from the bedroom to the couch.
Personally, I haven't kicked my husband out yet, but I sure have kicked him.
Why? Because you snore. Admit it. Will you please admit it? It's the first step to healing.
I've never heard myself snore, so I don't believe that I snore.
While easy to take lightly, snoring can actually affect relationships subtly and over time.
Some couples don't even realize that sleep deprivation, increased irritability, sometimes even anger, are being focused on this lack of quality sleep that's building up in the relationship.
And in some instances, that loud rumble may be a sign of a more serious medical condition, sleep apnea.
I would wake up and all of a sudden I knew that he wasn't breathing.
So they turned to Dr. O'Giles.
It was clearly diagnosed. We put him on positive airway pressure, and he has done extremely well.
We're able to sleep in the same bed now.
I got less bruises on my sides from getting elbowed.
And Paul is here along with our chief health and medical editor, Dr. Richard Besser. You're a snorer.
I am a snorer.
Just look at
You can spot us.
I can spot us.
Well, yeah, I am a snorer.
We're doing a little survey online, and a lot of people are responding because we're asking, do you or somebody, your partner, snore? And so you can see right now, 66 say no, 66% says no.
See, that's part of the problem. People don't admit it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Even when you catch your spouse snoring, I had those secret audio files. He still didn't believe it.
John didn't
believe it. He says, I need video evidence next time.
I denied it for years.
Tell us what it's about, snoring.
So snoring is the noise that your body makes when air moves through narrowed airway passages. Look at this graphic. So when you're lying on your back and you fall asleep, the muscles relax, the tissues come closer together, and as the air comes through, there's vibration. That vibration causes the noise of snoring.
And what have you done to help John with this?
Besides
Paula?
kick him in the night. Let me just say, I don't want to mislead anybody. I can be disruptive in the middle of the night with, tug of war with the covers and getting up at ungodly hours. But, with John specifically, he had a deviated septum, so he recently had a septoplasty. We thought that would open up his airways. He's still snoring. But last night I leaned over, I said, I don't want to sleep in separate rooms. Can you please explore whether or not you have sleep apnea? And he agreed.
Yeah.
Because there are different reasons, not just that reason.
Yeah. No, I think if someone is a big-time snorer, they should be evaluated for a condition that's treatable. The big one is something called obstructive sleep apnea, where you're not only just snoring, but air stops flowing. You're not getting enough oxygen in your system. It puts strain on your heart, and it can eventually lead to heart failure. So if you're snoring and you have any of these other symptoms, so difficulty with daytime sleepiness, problems concentrating, or gasping or choking at night, you want to see your doctor. They'll do a sleep study where they put a machine on and see when you're snoring, does the air stop flowing?
Okay.
And if it stops flowing, there's treatments for you.
So if you think you have sleep apnea, do you want to check in with your family doctor right away? Because John doesn't know where to start.
I would start with your regular doctor, and they'll probably send you to a specialist, often a pulmonary doctor.
Give us some other suggestions.
Yeah, so there are things that you can do, that you can try. If you're smokers, if you stop smoking, that will cut down on your snoring. If you can lose weight, if you're overweight, because that extra weight, it also puts increased tissue back there that narrows those airways. And then limiting the amount of alcohol at night. night will help, because alcohol relaxes those muscles. And if
Ding, ding.
and then the last one is you want to sleep on your side or on your belly, because sleeping on your back. And on Wednesday we're going to give you a great tip for how to get somebody, apart from my wife's elbow.
We have to wait
that's the
until
best
Wednesday?
way. Wednesday.
That's what we
big
call
tip.
people a tease in the biz. That's what we call it.
It's good,
Thank
believe
you
me.
both very much.